Hello and welcome to another video. Once a week I will pick a topic and talk about it and hopefully share something that will help motivate and inspire others to keep drawing and learning art. So what's the topic about today? Well, what does a successful day look like? And how does that relate to learning art? First of all, I encourage anyone listening to try this and see if you can find ways to make small improvements to your own learning routines. And I'm not talking about a perfect day which has no wiggle room and a huge risk of failure, but a more ideal version of what you want your day to be. So why on earth am I talking about this? Well, I think we often want to strive to do better, and it's important to build trust in ourselves, learn how we can handle obstacles, and end the day with a sense of accomplishment. Keep our momentum going by identifying and modifying the things that aren't working without feeling like a failure. Without realizing it, I've actually been doing this recently, and it makes things feel more manageable and achievable, which sometimes gets out of control with me. This stuff I'm talking about is nothing new. It gets rehashed all the time, but I think sometimes we just need to be reminded of it. It's that simple. I know at least I do. So let's get started. First of all, I put in writing all the things I do now and how I think they affect my day. I wrote down all the reasons why I wanted to make the changes and what it is that I actually want to achieve. In my instance, is to keep drawing and learning new things about art and motivate other people as well, and to get more out of my day so I can get better at it. So now we identify the things that aren't working, the things that are working, and what can be done better. By doing this, I believe it's made it easier to put myself in a better position to learn and to know what does and doesn't work so I can make positive changes and avoid really big setbacks, to keep the momentum going and just tweak the routines that I already have. So a successful day for me, based in reality that is, and not fantasy land, because I need something that I can believe that I can actually do, is to get up in the morning, take the dog for a walk, get some exercise in, then some quality playtime with her, which is really important to me. Then at least 2 hours of productive time between 10 and 12 doing drawings or learning something or recording. It depends on what my task is for any given day. A healthy lunch, then back to an activity related to art and some more productive time. Some more exercise in the afternoon and another walk with the dog, getting into an evening wind down routine, and then sleep by 10:30. By basing it in reality, it's something I can achieve. It will evolve if my definition of success changes, and it will depend on what things I want to do at any given time. So I think that this is simple enough that it feels like something I can actually do if I try. I'm not trying for the perfect day because there is no wiggle room in a perfect day, and it's way too easy to fail. So we move on to what's currently working and not working or can be done better, and that's the part we work on. Finding those areas can be more easily tweaked than creating impossible routines. So for me, I need to work on the time I spend browsing on the internet in the morning before drawing. I don't know if anyone else does this, but also I give myself way too many things to do without properly planning them out, like learn anatomy. Well, which part and how am I going to do it? Or do a painting. Well, what am I going to paint? What's the composition, the colours? Without all those things planned, I get overwhelmed really easily and then I get nothing done, which, case in point, I haven't painted in ages since the last video, which is a while ago now. I also need to work on how many productive hours I have in a day. I currently have 2. Yep, just 2. I flake it after lunch, I'll be honest. So I'm working on pushing back my lunch a little bit so that I can get some more time for drawing or recording. I think it would be easier to sneak in something easy to do in the afternoons, but I'm still trying to figure out what I can do that's easy enough not to fail at. So I'm thinking watching an art history video or a book or something art related. Another thing is getting distracted with insignificant things, having to have things perfect before I start. For instance, spending an hour trying to make an arrow to point to something on a video that I'm editing, or messing with camera setups for 45 minutes before I even start recording. I need to practice refocusing myself on what's important and leave that other stuff for my downtime. I do go for walks in the mornings currently. My morning routine is actually going really well, so that's something that's working. I use coffee to signal the start of my day, and I just need to delay the web browsing until after I've done some drawing, so that's something that I can do better. For me, the biggest and hardest change will be my afternoon routine after lunch, but what's important is that I'm working on it. I'm always working on it. I'm also building trust and self-confidence, one small change at a time, and it's It's easy to beat yourself up for not sitting down and drawing for 6 hours at a time, but how realistic is that? How far is it from your current routine? If you're like me, that's just too much change to make at once and risk not being able to do anything at all. Instead of trying to make the perfect daily routine, it might be better to first define what would make a successful day instead and work on that, just one bit at a time, and forgive the failures. Remember that each day that's presented is another opportunity to do it slightly better. So what does your ideal day look like? Do you have any small changes to your current routines that you think you can make to get some extra drawing time in? Tell me in the comments, when are you most productive throughout the day? What time of day do you get most of your art-related work done? Are you a morning person or an evening person? I used to be a night person, but that changed completely. If I don't get enough sleep, I wake up feeling like I have a hangover without getting to have the fun the night before, so it definitely became not worth it for me to stay up late. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching and listening. I hope you get something out of this talk. I also hope it's cohesive enough to understand. I can ramble sometimes. I'll leave you in peace to watch the rest of this drawing time-lapse in the background, and I hope to see you next time. Keep drawing, everyone.